Duolingo is the world's most downloaded educational app with almost 1 billion downloads. But in just a few days, it turned into one of the most hated apps on the internet.
Oh no! Everyone's deleting Duolingo!
People aren't just deleting it, they're rage posting, even flooding reviews with 1-star bombs. But why? You're about to see how Duolingo scammed the world by charging $30 a month for free language education, replaced 100 real teachers with glitchy AI, and the wildest part, they tried to cover it all up like nothing ever happened. So, how did Duolingo go from having the world's most beloved owl to triggering a global meltdown no one saw coming? To understand how this meltdown started, you first need to know how this bird built one of the strongest brands on the internet. Even if you've never opened Duolingo, you know this bird. Duo the owl used to be funny and lovable. He would spam your notifications like,
"Oh my god, Duo will not stop pestering me."
I know, it's like chill.
He wasn't just a mascot, he was the brand. Half Clippy, half drill sergeant, the memes were legendary. People even got Duo tattoos, some even met on the app and got married. Yes, that really happened. But to really understand how Duolingo got here, you need to meet this guy, Louis von Ahn, Silicon's Valley equivalent of that kid who charged classmates to copy homework. He's not just the founder of Duolingo, he's the king of getting people to work for free. Remember CAPTCHAs? Those annoying squiggly letters you type to prove you're human? Louis built that. But here's what you probably don't know. Every time you fill that tiny box, you weren't just proving you're human. You were secretly helping Google digitize books and train its AI to read books. Yeah, that's crazy. We all help teach Google's AI to read. In 2009, Louis sold reCAPTCHA to Google. Then in 2011, he launched Duolingo using the exact same playbook. Only this time, he turned language learners into free translators. Here's how it worked. You'd open Duolingo to learn Spanish. You translate in simple sentences, it's fun. But behind the scenes, Duolingo was taking your translations and selling them to big companies. Major clients like CNN and BuzzFeed paid for translations, done by millions of people like you and I for free. It was clever and honestly kind of genius. But there was just one tiny problem. It wasn't making enough money. Louis hated ads, subscriptions, anything that smelled corporate. But Duolingo's investors didn't drop $183 million to hand out grammar lessons for free. So in 2015, two big things happened. They shut down free translations and rolled out ads. And in 2017, they launched Duolingo Plus at $10 a month. In 2022, Duolingo Plus became Super Duolingo at $13 a month. And then in 2023, they added Duolingo Max at $30 a month with ChatGPT 4 as your AI tutor. Exciting, right? Wrong. Now each upgrade brought more revenue, but pulled Duolingo further from its mission, which was free language education for all. That's literally still their tagline. Duolingo didn't grow because it taught languages well, it grew because it hacked our brains, and you'll see how in a minute. By 2018, Duolingo had a serious problem. Daily user growth had stalled, so what did they do? They turned their app into a dopamine machine. Leaderboards turned learning into a ruthless blood sport. Daily streaks became a badge of honor or a source of daily anxiety. Gems became your personal casino, and it worked.
I finally did it! My 2,000-day streak!
Who knew I'd end up here? Practically married to an app.
But then Duolingo did something even crazier. Meet Zaria Pavez, Duolingo's social media wizard. She turned Duo the goofy owl from a mascot into a TikTok influencer. Suddenly, Duo the owl was everywhere, doing viral skits, hijacking trends, roasting users. He even flirted with pop star Dua Lipa. And guess what? It worked again. Between 2021 and early 2025, Duolingo exploded to 17 million followers on TikTok alone. That's more fans than the population of Portugal. But it wasn't just brilliant marketing. This was full-blown retention warfare. If you missed a lesson, Your app icon quietly changed from a fiery phoenix into a sad, melting owl. Your phone might buzz at 2 a.m. with creepy notifications, and that daily streak turned into a social badge shared online like Wordle wins. It was genius, it was hilarious, and it was completely unhinged. But here's where it gets wild. In May 2025, Duolingo did something nobody saw coming. They deleted their entire TikTok and Instagram history overnight. Hundreds, maybe even thousands of posts gone, every skit, every meme, every desperate duo moment erased. And trust me, the internet noticed. Because when a company deletes the very thing that made people love it, you know something is seriously wrong. And when the AI pivot hit, everything collapsed. And 4 changes in particular made everyone hate Duolingo. Starting with the energy bar. In 2025, Duolingo scrapped their old heart system, the one that let you mess up 5 times and then lock you out until you watched ads, waited, or paid. They replaced it with a new, sleek energy bar, giving users 25 units of energy. It sounds better, right? 25 units is more than 5 hearts. But here's the catch. Every mini lesson drains your energy. After just 4 lessons, your 25 units is drained. If you want to keep going, you have to watch ads or pay up. But wait, it gets sneakier. On day 4 of your streak, the app secretly cuts your energy in half. Suddenly, your 25 units is gone after just 3 lessons. Was it a glitch? Nope. It was intentionally designed to frustrate you into paying. And if you want unlimited energy, you now have to pay $13 or $30 a month. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Remember when Duolingo first rolled out those paid plans? Their basic super plan and max package with an eye-watering $30 a month. To put that in perspective, that's $360 a year for an app that's supposed to be free. And while CEO Louis von Ahn publicly celebrated their huge financial wins, boasting $748 million in revenue just in 2024, behind the scenes, Duolingo was laying off staff and they kept raising prices. Oh, and their Duolingo English test just pulled in $45.6 million in 2024 alone. So yeah, they were not just selling lessons anymore, they were building an education empire. And guess who was footing the bill? You and I. But higher prices were just the start. In mid-2024, Duolingo fired 10% of its lesson writing contractors, announcing that future content would be AI first. Initially, users thought it meant smarter lessons. Instead, they got misgendered Spanish nouns, awkward Japanese dialogues, robotic and tone-deaf prompts. But here's the creepy part. Those AI pronunciation drills record and store your voice, raising serious ethical concerns. When asked about it, Louis shrugged it off, saying simply, AI is the future. And if you don't like it, too bad Duo isn't listening. Then came the final blow. They started dismantling what users loved most. First came the new path update. They removed skill trees, introduced boring linear tracks, grammar tips were buried, and practice modes were gone. In Wales, the entire Welsh course was quietly shelved, sparking public outrage and even a national debate in the Welsh parliament. And in Russia, all LGBTQ-related content was removed after state threats. And right as users were losing their minds, Duolingo launched a full Duo is Dead campaign, trying to meme their way through the meltdown. But let's say you don't care about the layoffs, or the glitchy AI, or even the dead owl stunt. You're just here to learn languages. Here's still one uncomfortable truth. Duolingo isn't actually designed to teach you a language. It's designed to make you feel like you're learning one. Let me explain. For years, linguists have been pointing this out. Duolingo trains you for recognition, not production. You memorize words, you tap the right answers, but when it's time to actually speak in real life, you freeze up. Even the CEO himself, Louis von Ahn, openly admitted, at best, Duolingo gets you to an intermediate level.
Just think about it. You're learning Italian for a year and you still don't know how to say hola.
あなたの助けにおにぎる。あなたの助けにおにぎる。
Oh, yeah.
But if Duolingo doesn't really teach languages well, Why do people keep logging in every day? Simple. It's because of the leaderboards for bragging rights, the XP to level up that sweet dopamine rush, the daily streaks to avoid feeling guilty, and shiny badges that literally do nothing. It's more like Subway Surfers with vocab drills. One user even put it perfectly. Duolingo is like going to the gym just to pee. Technically, you went, but didn't actually work out. And it's actually true. A 2022 human interaction study found that Duolingo users get addicted to the streak, even when their actual language skills completely stall out. And now, not only the users, but Wall Street is starting to see through it. Duolingo hit an all-time high in May 2025, and 4 months later, the stock was cut in half, now trading around $270. So, even with the record revenues, where did the owl's magic go? You see, the real game isn't about language at all. It's about keeping you tapping long enough to see ads or long enough to rage buy a subscription to avoid them. Because here's the real question no one is asking. If a language app teaches incorrect phrases, censors entire topics, can you still call it education? Or is it just another gamified addiction? I genuinely want to know what you think. And if you thought the story was wild, YouTube thinks you love the video on screen.